Arthur Miller was born in Harlem, New York on October 17, 1915. He was raised on an immigrant Jewish descendant family. His family lost almost everything in the Wall Street crash of 1929 and had to move from Manhattan to Flatbush, Brooklyn. Miller started working after high school, and after some time of saving, he had enough money to attend to the University of Michigan. He then continued his life back at East to keep his career as a playwright. Arthur died on February 10, 2005, which was the 56th anniversary of his most famous work's Broadway debut, Death of a Salesman.
Arthur Miller has investigated the moral condition of the white American workers more than many of the playwrights working today. Miller created characters who are important voices of the landscape of America. Miller's works contain a lot of dramatic plays and stories that have meaningful morals and tell great conflicts and dramas. Arthur Miller kept writing for more than 6 decades, and by plays like The Crucible, All My Sons, and Death of a Salesman, he offered great entertainment and won many important awards and prizes, such as the New York Drama Critics Circle Award 2 times, and he got 3 Tony Awards for his plays and 2 Emmy Awards, honorary degrees from Harvard University and Oxford University.
Arthur Miller had a great impact on the way people saw things. This was the post-war time and everyone was writing in a very happy ending style. His style of writing was very realistic and talked about middle-class people and the truth of what they go through. On his plays, he lets you see the dark side and the bright side of an ordinary person's life.
Don't laugh at me. I've been here all my life. Every day I saw him when he left in the morning and when he came home at night. You think it's so easy to turn around and say to a man, he's nothing to you no more.
I know.
No, you don't know. Nobody knows. I'm not a baby. I know a lot more than people think I know. Beatrice says to be a woman, but
Yes.
yeah, why did she be a woman? If I was a wife, I'd make a man happy instead of going at him all the time. I can tell a block away when he's blue in his mind and he just wants to talk to somebody quiet and nice. I can tell when he's hungry or wants a beer before he even says anything. I know when his feet hurt him. I know him.
The author uses his words in a very realistic way that we understand that he speaks the truth as he sees it. Most of A View from that Bridge is written in a very accurate dialect. The author involves many important and intellectual ideas. The first literary element that the author uses in A View from the Bridge is dialogue. The author uses dialogue as a communication way between the characters in A View from the Bridge, and to confront the characters with each other. The dialogue carries with it the strong tragedy. It shows the tension and the instability in the characters. The second one is symbolism. In Arthur Miller's A View from the Bridge, Arthur Miller uses the character Catherine as symbolism of the discrimination between men and women during the 1950s. The passage gives a great picture of the character Catherine, who symbolizes the sexism and how men has power over women. The character Rodolfo, who is an Italian immigrant, is trying to use Catherine, who is the niece of Eddie, to get the American passport. Eddie figures out his intent and tells Catherine to get away from him. Catherine falls in love with him and she does not believe her uncle. She tells Rodolfo that it's hard to tell her uncle that he is nothing to her anymore. In the story A View from the Bridge, the author introduces the audience to Brooklyn, New York during the 1950s, which is populated by Italian-American migrants. 2 immigrants arrived from Italy and stayed in Eddie's house. His niece, Catherine, falls in love with Rodolfo, who is one of the Italian immigrants. In fact, Rodolfo is a gay and he only wants to use Catherine to get an American passport. The author wanted to react against the illegal immigrants.
I ran down 11 flights with a pen in my hand today, and suddenly I stopped. Do you hear me? And in the middle of that office building, do you hear this? I stopped in the middle of the building and I saw the sky. And I saw the things that I love in this world, the work and the food and the time to sit and smoke. And I looked at the pen in my hand and I said, what the hell am I grabbing this for? Why am I trying to become what I don't want to be? What am I doing in an office, making a contemptuous, begging fool of myself when all that I want is out there waiting for me the minute I say, I know who I am. Now, why can't I say that, Willie?
The door of your life is wide open!
He talks in a very realistic way, and this passage shows the level of description he puts in his place. The passage is a description of New York City, where they live. Arthur uses figurative language when he says waiting for me the minute I say I know who I am, because he's not actually waiting, he's just trying to represent his feelings. This way of showing figurative language is a way to make the play seem more realistic and makes you believe everything that is being said. Arthur also uses allusion when he talks about the place where the food and the time to sit is. He's talking again about New York, where all the things he loves are, but he is instead grabbing a pen doing something he doesn't like, only because his dad wants him to. When this is happening, Biff is talking to his father and the final climax is occurring. He tries to tell his father that what he wants to do with his life and where he wants to be. This play talks about Willie, whose son Biff doesn't want to do what his father thinks he should do. For Willie, Biff is a great disappointment and has tried to suicide many times. Biff wants to live without the stress that he has, and that's where the quote comes in. He tells him that he wants to enjoy it outside in the city, New York. Thank you for watching.